Welcome to Scale Her Up, the show for female business owners and leaders who want to grow profitable, sustainable businesses without burning out. I'm Dr. Brenda Hector, a business growth specialist helping women develop themselves and their businesses so they can achieve their goals and enjoy the lifestyle they dream of. In each episode, you'll hear inspiring stories, honest conversations, and practical strategies to help you start, grow, or scale your business. If you're new here, hit follow so you don't miss an episode, and come and join our Scale Her Up Facebook community to keep the conversation going. Today, I'd like to welcome Kerry Black from Firstcall Trade Services to the show. Kerry, thank you very much for joining me on Scale Her Up.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
The first question, always the same. Tell me about Firstcall Trade Services. Tell me about your business and what it is that you do.
Of course. So, Firstcall Trade Services is an all trades multi-trade contractor. It was established in 2008 by Managing Director Paul Greaves, and I joined the organisation in 2015. We work mostly in Edinburgh and surrounds, working for local housing associations, local councils, and kind of some ad hoc letting agents, and we're also in the insurance scheme too. So, yeah, we are home to directly employed staff ranging from joiners, plumbers, electricians, decorators, basically a one-stop shop for all repairs and maintenance services. So yeah, us in a little nutshell.
So, how big a team have you got? So, all these employed trades you've got there, how many of them?
At the moment, we've got around 46 directly employed operatives, and we've got a team of about 10 office staff at the moment. We're always growing. We always feel like it's important to kind of maintain and not go too big. We have a really good staff, holding on to staff retention. We've got a really good retention. And we do appraisals with our guys every sort of 6 months, just to make sure that they're all happy and they're all enjoying their work. And the general consensus is that they all are all happy. And yeah, it's a really positive, good atmospheric company to work for.
Good, good. So I want to refer to you mentioned it twice there. I've been listening. Directly employed, and
Yes.
in the trades, often it's people like they work on a self-employed subcontractor basis. Why have you gone directly employed?
So for us, it's really important that we have full control and ownership of all our jobs. And it's important for us to be able not only say we can do the job, but also be able to prove that we can deliver these services. Our clients are really important to us. And as the years have went on, Brenda, you build these absolutely amazing relationships with clients and they become your friends. And you don't want to let anybody down. And we've been in situations where we have used heavy reliance on subcontract and it doesn't always go to plan. I'm not saying that we're absolutely not open to that because we do have a small pool of subcontractors that we do call upon, that we have a great relationship with. We can trust them to do the job and they become part of the team as much as your directly employed staff. They come to the Christmas nights out, they come to days out and things like that with us. So I'm not totally against it, but I just prefer to have kind of more control and be able to form a workplace that we're all proud of.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can control where people are and when they're there, whereas if they're subcontractors, they might have other jobs that they decide it becomes a priority and your job slips and then that affects your customer.
On you. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. 100%. I've been in this business now for 11 years. So over the years, we have made mistakes, we've learned from them. And I feel like we're in such a good position right now. Best that we've probably ever been. Yeah, it's very uplifting to be part of such a good run business, to be honest with you, and watch it go from strength to strength. It's so empowering. And the people that you meet along the way as well is just, it's incredible, to be honest with
No, but if anybody's not watching the video, if they're just listening here, the smile on your face when you're saying that, like that, it really, like you've just lit up talking about such a great place to work. So it's,
you.
yeah,
It really is. And it is all the people, and
yeah,
I think it starts at home as well. If you've got a good home life and the support at home to be able to come in and run a business like I'm running, it's really important that you've got it. You're surrounded by it.
we'll talk about that yet. Yeah, we'll get on to your home life. So for now, tell us about your role then at Firstcall Trade Services and your journey, actually, because you said you joined 11 years ago. What was the role that you joined
Of
in?
course. So I was at university actually studying criminology. So I've got a degree in criminology. And while I was doing my degree, I came to work at First Call part-time just to complement my uni course. I'd been working at B&Q beforehand, so I'd kind of had a little bit of insight into construction and being working in B&Q where we're designing kitchens and transforming spaces and things like that. And I really loved
Interacting with tradespeople, I would imagine. Yeah.
yeah, so I really loved that part of it. So I came to work for First Call just as an administrator, doing day-to-day things, invoicing, taking phone calls, making tea, all this kind of thing. And I think I just totally cottoned on to it that this is my place. I want to be part of this. I want to be involved in transforming people's lives and making their homes better. And just, yeah, seeing things grow from strength to strength is such a good thing to be part of. Do you know what I mean? And I definitely found my niche and I was lucky enough to do it really young, I think. People my age, I'm going on 32 this year, and there's still people that just don't know what they want to do. So I feel very blessed that I was able to kind of break that sort of mold quite quickly and find what I want to do. And I've never looked
Well,
back, to be honest with you.
you didn't want to go and do something else and use that criminology degree then?
No, I think I was really keen to do something at university that I had a big interest in. And you know what it's like? You turn on crime TV and you go, oh my God, I love all this stuff. So that was kind of the background of why I went into criminology, because I was doing legal services at college before. So I got my diploma in legal services, and then I thought, you know what, I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to do anything like that. So I used that time to think about what I wanted to do and done the university course, which I'm really glad I did, because it does teach you life skills and, you know, how to write emails and do basic things like that as
Yeah.
well. But it definitely does stand you in good stead for jobs. It's not the be all and end all going to university. It isn't for everybody, but it was just part of my story. And yeah, I did it, bought the t-shirt,
Yeah.
burnt it.
And graduated and continued to
Yeah,
work at Firstcall Trade Services. Yeah.
yes. And in
So,
between that time, I had a baby. So in my third year of university, I found out I was expecting my first baby,
uh-huh.
Alex. And at the time, I was so young. I was only 21, and I was like, oh no, I've got a part-time job working at First Call. I'm at university. What on earth am I going to do? And I'm absolutely imagining that I am not the only female in this world to experience that totally unknown territory of, okay, I'm at uni and I'm going to be a mum and I don't know what to do. So it's one of those. I look back now and I laugh. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, why were you so scared, Kerry? Look at what you've achieved now and look around you, look at your family, look at everything.
I would imagine you were so scared because society tells us that's just not the thing to do. And I suppose it's frowned upon. And also, society's not greatly set up to be able to be caring for a baby and working part time and going to uni.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I used it to motivate me. And yeah, I definitely did that to say the least.
So, how did you
After,
manage? Did you have to take some time off? Did you take have
so,
a break from uni or?
so it worked out quite well because I was in my third year. I had Alex in the February time. I actually had an assignment. He was a couple of weeks early, and I had an assignment due at university. And I was like, I need to get this done. My waters had broken and I'd submitted it. So that was like, okay, I've got the last bit of coursework I need to get done. Let Paul at First Call know that baby's coming and that's me on maternity leave now. So that was all fine. And then I had Alex, and we were quite lucky because we had the February break and Easter holidays and things like that. So I could do coursework in between and things. So it was okay. It was definitely a challenge. And I was actually really lucky because I had a really fantastic lecturer who, God bless her, let me bring Alex to lectures. So he was a really placid, lovely little baby. He would just sit in his buggy. I would be able to attend lectures and tutorials and still go to uni with this little baby. But yeah, it was an experience.
But do you know, actually, I never dreamt that you would be able to just take your baby with you. But why wouldn't you? If he's not disturbing everybody else's learning, then yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he did make a couple of the baby noises, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But it meant I was still able to get my university degree, and he came to my graduation, and that was just a massive milestone for me to see my husband, now, and my little boy sitting in the audience cheering me on. That was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Oh, well done, mummy. Yeah, amazing. Brilliant.
Was
So,
good.
so that then, actually, no, let's go back to first
Mm.
call then. What's your role now?
So I then became operations manager
Mhm.
after I came back from maternity leave. I was promoted to operations manager, which was great. Absolutely delighted with that. I was so keen to make positive changes to the company and expand it, grow it, give a little bit of women power in. And then in November 2024, became director. So that was absolutely amazing for me. Everything that I'd kind of hoped for, thought I'd be capable of, finally happened, and I was over the moon delighted. And I think it's I think if you've got a supportive boss that believes in you as well, Paul's very get up and go every morning, and I've picked a lot up from him that way. He just gets on with something if there's no problem that cannot be fixed. And I think because I've strived to follow that sort of way of working, I've been able to be molded in somebody that can manage and run and direct a company. So yeah, I definitely say I've had a really good mentor over the years.
Yeah.
For sure. And he's definitely supported me through having children and being able to balance mum life with work, and had my back at every kind of step of that, which has been good. And I think if there was more male directors that would do that for women, I think that would help break up a big problem out there as well.
And I guess I'm making an assumption here. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but you're in the trades, so there won't be many women in what you do. So yeah, you mentioned that injecting some girl power into first call there.
Totally.
Yeah. So really, he probably didn't give you anything that a man wouldn't have had in your role.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you mentioned it before I
Yeah.
clicked record tonight today
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, men, a lot can be said about men. And sometimes I feel so many times women get asked, tell me about how you've done and how have you got to where you are. But nobody asks a man, how did you get there? Because it's just expected, just assumed that it was easy. Or I suppose not easy, because that's maybe not fair. That sounds too feminist. But it is harder for women. And it is an elephant in the room of, as much as you can bring legislation into place and close these gender inequality gaps and all the rest of it, it still goes on. It's still happening in front of us. You still hear stories. Women do struggle to break the mold, to break that glass ceiling and be their better self, because they're scared, because you've got things to think about, like, how can I do this with a family as well? How can I have the best of both worlds? And I don't think it's fair for just women to worry about, how am I going to do this? Because men don't. So I think sometimes we need to ask the men, why is it women are facing these barriers? Why?
no, I have a different perspective on it. It's not
Mhm.
me that's been interviewed, but I maybe
Yeah.
just would like to add this. You said the best how can I have the best of both worlds? I don't think that men have the best of both worlds. I don't. I think, but I think it's more acceptable for them to make sacrifices than it is. Like my husband in his job, he had to go to Houston for a conference, I think, and he flew out on the day of my daughter's 10th birthday.
Wow.
So I would have made that sacrifice. I would have
Yeah.
been there for the birthday rather than putting the
100.
first in,
Yeah.
but he didn't feel that he could do that. And so I don't think they have the best of both worlds.
No, sometimes not. But I think it's just in general, it's kind
Oh,
of easier
definitely.
to get to these positions that women end up being even more grateful for it, whereas it just shouldn't be like that. Like,
Yeah.
it should be the same. You should not be judged on your gender at all when you go for a job or when you're working your way up the ladder. Like, it should just be the same treatment for men and women all the time.
Do you see more women in the trades then? Are there, amongst your team, is the percentage of women increasing or?
Definitely within our organisation, within
Mhm.
Firstcall. When I first started working at Firstcall, there was only a couple of women in the office. There was no tradeswomen whatsoever. Now, 2026, here we are, and I've got 2 women working for us out on operations. And within the office, we have a female bookkeeper. We've got me, the director, and we've got 2 really brilliant girls, ladies, got Abby, 2 Abbies. They were so great. We got them twice. We've got 2 of them, and they're just absolutely extraordinary individuals that Firstcall wouldn't be what it is today without these empowering women. Like, it just wouldn't be. So, yeah, we've made it. But I think because of me being here, taking on these women, trusting the process, it's became more female orientated.
Yeah.
But on the outside world, I don't know, it's really hard because when I went into the role of being operations manager, I would go down to site, and it would be you'd go down to properties and you would do tenders for properties. You'd go in and visit them and things. And sometimes I would walk into these building sites and it would just be men everywhere and just looking at you like, what's that wee girl doing here? Do you know what? That is the feeling that you got. And as much as it's not coming from their mouth, you get that vibe and you just
Yeah.
have this feeling. That's what people are thinking about. Yeah. Walking away from that and then submitting bids and winning those contracts was the best feeling in the world because it's
It
still
just shows them, doesn't it?
who's
Yeah.
still now. And it's so definitely, it's still very much a sort of place where there's not a lot of us and there needs to be more. There definitely needs to be more of us. So yeah, it would be nice to be part of that movement of giving girls that confidence, giving ladies that confidence, should I say, not girls.
You are part of that movement.
Yeah, 100%. But I suppose like speaking up about it and telling your story, because everybody's from different walks of life and different experiences and things like that. So I think telling your story and might make people think twice about going for their goals and taking that leap of faith. And because we're always at crossroads where they're like, right, what do we do? And when if you can hear other people that you maybe find have been in your shoes, have been on that same boat, have s- done what you're too scared to do, and they've been fine. If I can change one woman's perspective, I'd be so happy with it.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. That's
Yeah.
what Scale Her Up is all about. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your biggest supporters. Obviously, you've been on a tough journey and you mentioned having the right setup at home and you mentioned your amazing boss who's put his faith in you and given you this great opportunity. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
tell me a bit about the support that you've needed on this journey.
Yeah. Lots of babysitters.
Huh?
For sure. I am so lucky because I met my husband Ali when I was really young. I was only 20. So I was really lucky to meet Ali so young. And he's actually a professional boxer. So we've both picked really challenging job roles. It comes with a lot of stresses, a lot of discipline, both ends. And we have found such a good mechanic and way of coping with each other's careers, complementing them and working together and smashing our goals. And I think that has helped so much having that support at home. And also having a really amazing mum because I actually came from a single family home. It was difficult. My mum had 3 children. She was completely on her own. She had my grandparents who were absolutely incredible and so much can be said for those 2. Honestly, they're not here with us anymore. But again, like when they were here, it was totally support, constantly pushing me, be your best self, kid. Whenever I had problems, going to them, having that big support and big team playing in the background has a lot to say for where I am now, to be honest with you. I have a great family, great family. So yeah, it's dead emotional talking about them, to be honest with you, but it's
Yeah. And then talk about the support at work then.
yeah, this is such an incredible team that we've got here. It's like a family, to be honest with you. You know how you meet some people at your workplace and they become for life. That's definitely kind of what's happened at First Call. So yeah, we've got Sam, who is a contracts manager here. We've got Peter, who's another contracts manager, and we've got Liam, and the three of them are absolutely amazing men that contribute so heavily to the operations day to day here. And then the wider team, we've got William, Abby, and Adriana, who are sitting there in the background doing all the things that need to happen to keep these cogs turning. And the appreciation I have for that team is absolutely second to none, to be honest with you. Like, really appreciate all of them. And they turn up every day, they get their heads down, they never complain about anything. They're full of banter, and yeah, it makes you want to get up in the morning and come to your work when you're surrounded by people like that. It
How
does.
do you find amazing people like that? Because there'll be lots of people listening that want to scale their business, that want to get to 50 staff like you've got there, but they're going, I can't find good people. How do you find and keep
Yeah.
those great people?
Definitely. I will not sit here and tell Porkies that we haven't had people come and go, because it's not like they've all been here for the last 11 years with me. I would say in the last 3 years, this is where it was become a family and firm, and really I felt the support definitely be able to keep going and get up every day and feel you've got these people turning up for you as well. There has been a couple of people coming and going that have been not team players and things like that, and I think learning from certain characteristics is really important. So there isn't a right or wrong answer when you're sitting in an interview room with someone going, yeah, I like them and they seem really good people, because you have to get to know them, Brenda. Yeah, there's a CV and then there's first impression. What you actually get on the other side of that might not always be what you get in black and white in front of you. So it is a big learning curve, and over the years you meet people, you come across people, and you find characteristics that you think that's not going to quite fit in here. We'll give it a bash anyway. And you end up from the mistakes building a really solid group of people,
Yeah.
I would say. Definitely. So yeah, there isn't a right or wrong answer to how you get to that sort of point in your business. Like looking for certain characteristics from things that have maybe went wrong in the past is a good start
So you've
point.
got your red flags now.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've got the things that you're definitely looking for that mean that they're going to fit into your amazing team.
Absolutely, definitely. And references is a big thing as well. Talking to previous employers and things like that, that stands you in good stead too. Yeah, for sure.
So do you think, were you always destined to be directing a business, do you think? Or have you
I
just
think
fallen
do you know
into
what? It is a really hard question, because obviously anybody could sit here and be like, yeah, like 100%. But I think as I've kind of picked up different sort of skills and knowledge along the way, I've built up the confidence to be able to be like, I can do it, and I'm going to do this, if you get me. 10 years ago, I did not know how to do bill of quants and quantity surveying or anything like that. But over the years, with support from, we had a quantity surveyor that used to work for us. He was absolutely amazing. His name was Doug, and he's retired now. But he taught me so much about that world of things, and I'll be forever grateful to him for showing me the ropes and sitting and spending that time showing me how to do things to pick that ability up. And with that, I've been able to develop First Call, grow the business, get into sort of areas of the business that I didn't think we'd be able to get into. Like we've recently started with the University of Edinburgh, and for me that was an absolute like wow moment of, we are working for such a prestigious, amazing outfit like the University of Edinburgh. It's
with
phenomenal.
buildings all over the city? And yeah, there's a massive opportunity. That's brilliant.
So
Yeah.
that was probably a really proud moment for me, to be honest with you, that I stood back from and be like, yeah, definitely, this is what directors do, and this is how it's supposed to feel. So yeah, it has,
So I kind of see it as the horizon keeps moving. Like you could say, I'm going there. And as you get closer to there, you realise that there's more beyond it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. And I think it's important because sometimes you set out to do things in life and they don't quite happen the way you want to do stuff. So I think it's important to remember it's okay to take baby steps and things don't happen overnight all the time. And be grateful for having opportunities to take the tiny steps towards what you really want to get to. And you'll always get the desired outcome in the end.
So what are the future goals? Where are you taking First Call now?
Yeah, so we are still tendering for a lot of work and trying to further develop the business. We don't want to scale ourselves that big that it's not manageable anymore. We don't want to do that. That's not what we're here for. We want to be able to do so with still maintaining a absolute quality service. Our reputation is so valuable to us that we'll never do anything to interrupt that or, put it in jeopardy of any kind. We will still be tendering for local housing associations, any kind of opportunities that come up within Edinburgh and surrounds. We're always interested in. So yeah, it's taking on the right people and the right work and being able to balance it without rushing into things. That's the kind of future of First Call is we'll be maintaining what we've got, but also expanding.
Yeah, exciting times. So what advice would you have then, Kerry, for
Mhm.
another woman looking to start or scale or take a senior role like you have? What
Yeah.
advice would you have for her?
Don't be scared. Just do it. Just do it. It's if you're talking about a woman that's maybe working in a position where they're not senior management right now and there's an opportunity to go for it. Because don't be that lady in 20 years' time looking back going, I should have done. Because oh you can't grow yourself and know where your limits are unless you do take that big deep dive. So absolutely, I would totally encourage any woman that if you're in that position and you've got a great opportunity in front of you, just take it. Just take it. And you can always go backwards and do something with less responsibility if you can't do it. But try. Just try.
I think you probably can do it. You
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah.
Everybody can. Absolutely everybody can. And if you are in a position where, you're getting these opportunities to be promoted or to take senior roles, then you're obviously capable. Like there's a reason for that. So do it 100%. Always.
Oh, brilliant. I think that's the best message to finish on, Kerry. It's been an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure talking to you and hearing your story. And yeah, you're a real inspiration. So thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you to you for listening to Scale Her Up. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the show and leave a review. It helps more female business owners find us. And come and join our Scale Her Up Facebook community to get support, accountability, and connection with women who get it. And remember, only 1 in 3 UK entrepreneurs are female, and men are still 5 times more likely to scale their business beyond £1 million in turnover than women. When we start and scale our businesses to the same extent as men, we'll add £250 billion to the UK economy and create millions of jobs. Ladies, you can do it, and your business can make a massive difference.